We are witnessing a humanitarian nightmare. This is not the kind of disaster that can be reversed. We cannot make the same mistake twice. We cannot let Ethiopia starve. We have to act now. And yet, despite the best efforts of many members of the Security Council, and sadly, due to the impediments placed in front of us by some council members, the council still has not yet held a single public meeting or taken necessary action to address the human rights and humanitarian crisis that we're witnessing. What are we afraid of? What are we trying to hide? The Security Council's failure is unacceptable. We have addressed other emergent crises with public meetings, but not with this one. So I ask those who refuse to address this issue publicly, do African lives not matter? It's time for the Security Council to have a public meeting on this issue. It's time for the Council to take meaningful action to address the crisis. And it's time for the Ethiopian government to respond responsibly to requests for humanitarian access, to end the fighting and hold those accountable for the violations that have occurred. It's time for the broader international communities to step up to and prevent another famine. Sadly, however, the current humanitarian response is woefully underfunded with shocking gaps in all sectors. So the United States, as the largest bilateral donor for the humanitarian response in Ethiopia, is calling on other donors to rapidly and collectively support the UN scale-up. We need everyone's support for an urgent multi-sector response to meet basic needs, including food and nutrition, healthcare, shelter, protection, and clean water. As President Biden said in his statement last week, and will tell the G7 counterparts tomorrow, families of every background and ethnicity, every heritage deserve to live in peace and security. And political wounds cannot be healed through force of arms. After all, the backdrop of this devastating situation in Tigray is the unfolding historic transition in Ethiopia. If this political transition is to succeed, if it will indeed deliver a more prosperous future for Ethiopia's 110 million citizens, then the country's leaders must draw on the democratic aspirations of all Ethiopians. They must allow Ethiopians to come together through inclusive dialogue to build a shared vision for the country's future. And in the meantime, the international community must do our part to prevent suffering and to promote peace. The United States is committed to helping the Ethiopian people. And I look forward to hearing from today's distinguished speakers in the hopes that this event serves as a springboard for action and bring an end to the carnage that we're all witnessing day to day in Ethiopia. Thank you.